Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Hashem Shai Hashem Harakah Kudash. Double honors unto the elder apostles and bishops, great millstone of all well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Paya Allah. The title of this video will be determined upon upload. But it's centered around women, alright? What I want to deal with is women, man. Women are a very powerful thing. We see with the recent shenanigans of Guerrilla Hebrew, Alazar, High Priest Alazar. Um, this Alazay, this guy, basically, when many have gone out of their wits for women. He ain't the first, he ain't the last, and this is something that's prevalent across all the earth. Women have been pedestalized, you know, through the doctrine of this present world, whereby a woman is a holy thing, which isn't a new thing either. All right. The Queen of Heaven worship and all that type of stuff. Bless your mother's womb. But the reality is that this is the first time whereby a woman shall compass a man. So us being removed from the world, hearing the calling of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai Ba'Shem Harakah Kudash, we hope that we've been called to be chose. And part of being fulfilling that hope of being chosen will require you to put one as far as a woman into perspective. All right. Paul really broke it down. If you came without a woman, desire not to be with one, but if you come with a woman, basically stay with that woman. That's basically the parameters we're to work to. It makes it simple. And that's one of the things that in life you want to always keep it simple, stupid. As the saying kiss goes. Something I learned during my time playing basketball. You don't want to be doing a thousand crossovers just to score one bucket because you got 15 minutes per quarter, man. I'm sure you're gonna burn be a candle burning at both ends. So with this truth, you don't want to complicate things. All right, trying to get a sleuth of women, or you know trying to have various houses so you can fulfill all these different things. Like that's for the kingdom. All right. But the point being, the part of you're saying that dealing with the simplicity of Yahweh Shai. Um, Women, like I said, it's a time where women have compassed men. So there's a mindset there they have in that compassing of men. So it's seldom that you're gonna find a righteous woman. And even then, look at examples like our foremother, the mother of all the daughters of Yasha Allah, Sarah. She was rebuked by what would be her son, Yahweh Shai, in that she giggled when she was told that she would have a baby because of how old she was, which led to Yahweh Shai at the time being born as Yatazachak, alright, Isaac, which means laughter. So, yeah, man, it is, that, and then even will go before them to go to the mother of us all, Eve, alright. She showed, the great fall of man. And that's why it says, because of her, we will die in the Apocrypha. Because by her, you know, um, her openness to succumb, her open-mindedness to succumb to the wiles of the devil, right? The serpent in the garden, and the man, being open to his woman, basically brought about death in the world. So it really shows you, like going back to uh, Alizé, the guy had a great fall for the hopes of keeping his quote unquote family together. All right, so he says, and various other things. But the point being is that a woman is a very strong thing. It's not because, and it's not so much the woman, but it's the feelings, emotional investment you have toward a woman. All right. So with all of that, I got a few precepts I want to get into, and I'm Lord willing you be edified. So this is Sirach 36 and 22. I'm gonna read 22 and 23. All right. So it says, "The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better." Right. So a beautiful woman, she's got her face quite strong. She's got the thick lips, and her eyes are well set. With those soft looking eyes, and she's just a beautiful woman to look upon. And then even beyond, when you can look at her in the face, when she gets up and walk away to get something or whatever, you can see the curves and the voluptuousness of her body, whatever it is you're into, whether it be the slim build, the thicker build. But basically, with that said, that makes a man happy. It cheers up his countenance. It makes him, kind of cheerful. And a man loveth nothing better, right? A man loveth nothing better. A woman is, that's a woman and man, they become one flesh. Okay. Verse 23, "If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men." Which is very deep, all right? Because this today isn't a usual thing. But this is something that men always regard as, I recently saw a clip again of Cameron talking about Travis Kelce's former woman, a Drew that woman, Jake woman, should I say? I don't know if she was a Drew that, she probably is. But basically, she done a sit down with Angel Reese, and she was all talking about, how whatever powers she had within a relationship. But he said like Cam said like from watching that video, he said she's ugly. You don't care how beautiful she looks, she's ugly because the way she talks, her attitude and everything just made her hideous. All right. But that just really shows you that women have like there's a power they're not able to tap into. That if they were able to be kind, meek, comforting, and utilize it through their mouthpiece. All right, their husband, the type of man they'll be dealing with. I mean, obviously the right man, because a wicked woman is a portion of a wicked man, and a godly woman, to a righteous man, basically. But you do it when you do good, knows who that do good to. If you do it to the right man, you're gonna the reward. What you'll reap from that man is gonna be, an abundance of wealth, a treasure trove of wealth. All right. But let's delve into this with this example. Okay. Um, because it said her husband will be like no other man. So let's deal with that. All right. So this is the book of Genesis 26 and 6. It says, "And Isaac dwelt in Gerar, Gerar, and the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife." And obviously Abraham dropped the same pattern with Sarah. All right, as far as avoiding being murdered by Pharaoh in his house to take Sarah for a wife. Least said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebecca, because she was fair to look upon. And you can imagine that was a thing back then. This is really just shows you the power of women. Like a man could have a wife and another man see the woman and just say, and I've experienced it, I'm sure brothers experience it. Might have a girlfriend, a man just try and take your girl, or you might have a female interest, men still you see you talking to her and do your thing, and they want to try and sneak up in there before you can get the ball rolling, or whilst you got the ball rolling, however it may be. All right. So you imagine back then, it would, it would live more by the sword, and if you have power and ability, you can just slay a man and take his woman. Man, you even see it with King David and Uriah the Hittite. All right. He just took his woman. All right. But I say, and it came to pass when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out a window. So yeah, let me just read. Least said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebecca, because she was fair to look upon. So she was a beautiful woman to look at. All right. No, they would have been mesmerized by her looks. And it came to pass when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window, and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. All right, when you look up that word, or when I didn't actually look it up. All right, can't look it up because in other versions it basically says caressing. All right, but let's see what it says. As you can see, and saw Isaac caressing Rebekah, but let's see what it says in the Hebrew. So the word there is Taza Chak. Funny enough, that's quite funny. Uh, hmm, that's funny, funny, funny. Fucking hell. I couldn't tell you the amount of times I said Isaac's name in a lifetime. So it's just yeah, Taza Chak. But it's just funny I mentioned that she said that in the Hebrew, and that's the word there. And then it's funny because it's funny. Alright, so Taza Chak, to laugh, mock, play. To laugh, to jest, to sport, play, make sport, toy with, make a toy of. Alright? So, Apostle Paul mentioned this before, when you're a kid, you have toys, man. I remember I had Buzz, no, I didn't have Buzz, I had Transformers, certain little toys I used to play with, and they were like, man, I could remember. It's like, if I ever lost a toy, like, that was like the end of the world, man. And I know the feeling of losing a woman. That's you could liken that onto the same type of feeling at the time. All right, but basically, it was toying with um Rebecca. So let's go back to it. Let's read it again. So it says, I'll read mid verse. So it says, um, oh no, I'll read from verse 8. And it came to pass when he had been there a long time. So he, grew some comfort. God got down, you know, cooled and that. That Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. This guy couldn't keep it up, man. His wife was so beautiful that he got caught up in toying with her, being playful, sporting with her. All right. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, it's funny too, his name as well. Yatazakat. I just actually realized I'm even reading about Isaac. It's a lot, man. I'm not even thinking, man. But yeah, according to his name, being a playful individual. So it shows you the power of nomen omens as well. All
And the
right.
men of the place asked him of his wife.
So reading on it says, um, verse 9, and Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidest thou, she is my sister? All right, because the way you're dealing with her, you definitely know that is not his sister. And Isaac said unto him, because I said, least I die for her. And Abimelech said, what is this that thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us, like it did during the time of Pharaoh. All right, a curse was brought for being a curse against Abraham. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, "He that toucheth his man or his wife shall surely be put to death." And this really shows you, through the spirit that, those things happen in that way for this to be this blessing, all right, which is at the charge of the king of that region to be placed upon Isaac. And let's even go even further, all right, verse 12. Because remember, Rebecca, when she met Isaac, I believe it's somewhere here. No, it's 24. That she was, she was, the servant, you know, she gave him drink. She was extremely feminine, and very, like, she fulfilled a lot as a woman, man, being a servant unto a man. So, you can read it there. I'm not going to read into it, but the point's there nonetheless. Genesis 24. But basically, yeah, let's read from verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord Jehovah blessed him. All right. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. All right. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds and great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him. All right. So this man just went from strength to strength. And he had a beautiful wife. And he had a edict place that no man could lie with, go against him. All right. This man was truly blessed. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. All right, which really just some dumbfounds me, but hey, they're heathens, man. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, "Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we." All right. So the point being is that a man as a woman like that, a godly woman, is not like other men. All right. And this is a key example of that. And the time we're heading into, the same thing's gonna happen, man. All right, we're in a time of right now. A woman could pass in a man, them walking with stretched forth necks, one tonness, them feeling like the earth rolls around them. All right, but the reality of the situation is that uh, everything's gonna be everything's gonna be flipped turned on its head. All right. Surely you're turning the things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. All right, because basically the Lord is going to flip turn everything back to the way it meant to be. So let me read this. All right. Um, so the book of First Timothy 2:9, it says, "In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel and shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection." Right. So basically, this is the playbook for a woman that is privy to this truth or may have a man in this truth. You don't want to lose it, right? And in order for you to, I mean, the way you do, all in all, the way you behave is a mirror of the man that you have, all right? If you have a man, and take that with a pinch of salt, all right, a grain of salt, because obviously there's exceptions to the rule, and some things may pan out a certain type of way. But the point is, if you're a godly woman unto a man, more than likely that'll be a godly man unto you as a woman, right? And you'll be blessed in that, salvation. So verse 10, it says, So, be modest in your apparel, right? You don't want to be outside with your cleavage popping out of your turtleneck. All right, verse 10. But which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. All right, so let the woman learn in silence. Like a woman's got to be compelled to learn, but she has to be in silence and all subjection. All right. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Right. So basically, a woman should not try and usurp authority. Teaching, the role of a teacher is a very authoritative role. All right. And that's not something that's meant for a woman. Least it be her children. That's her domain as far as where teaching is open for her. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Right, so ultimately, with all that being said, a woman's road to salvation is ultimately through what? Childbearing. Have given her man, her husband, children. So in order for that to happen, you know, it's a process. And yeah, man, this is where it is. So with that, I'll pray you're edified to the next one. Say shalom, shalom.